These are the AirPod Pros, one of the best wireless earbuds out there, and these are the Jabra Elite 75Ts, one of the best wireless earbuds out there. But which is the better wireless earbud out here? And I mean when it comes to everything. I'm talking sound quality, transparency, noise canceling, seamlessness, all the way to the extra features. Like all in all, which is the better wireless earbud? Well, first, which one sounds better? Which has better sound quality? Well, they both sound good. I won't complain about either of them, and I can enjoy my music with both of them. After listening to both one by one though, and back and forth, I can definitely tell that the AirPod Pros sound better. The bass is a bit deeper, nicer sounding, and just has more quality to it, like more resonance. The mids are pretty strong, and the highs are good too. Now these things don't sound bad in the 75Ts, and music still sounds good with them, but the bass is weaker. Not weaker as in not as loud sounding per se, but it just doesn't sound as deep and full. It just doesn't have as much quality. It's a similar thing with the mids too, and the highs as well. Things just sound a little worse on the Jabras. I'd say like 10% worse, or maybe 15%, maybe 9%, 9.5. Like it's not so much of a difference, but it is noticeable. The AirPods sound a decent bit better. Jabra does let you customize your sound and mess with the equalizer settings though, which is a real good thing to have. But even after messing with it, I couldn't get them to sound as good as the AirPods. Well, to my ears at least. Anyways, when it comes to transparency though, well, the AirPods are great here too. Actually, what am I saying? The AirPods are basically perfect here. I mean, when listening to what's going on around you with the transparency mode on, things sound just about as good as they would if you were listening with your actual ears. So yeah, the AirPods are top notch when it comes to transparency. I mean, they can go toe to toe with your actual ears and your surroundings will sound natural and still just as loud. That's crazy. You know what's crazier though? With transparency or hear through on the 75Ts, your surroundings actually get louder than they do on the AirPod Pros, which means they're even louder than they would be with your actual ears. That's crazy. I mean, things still sound natural as well, but I found that things closer to you sound louder than things farther away. Well, I mean, duh, of course they do. That's how things work with our actual ears too, I know. But with the Jabras, you can tell it's a bit disproportionate. Like farther sounds are being extra drowned out by closer ones. Or maybe we should say closer sounds are just being boosted more. But things do still sound natural though. Not fake sounding like some other headphones using the microphones, but you can tell that there is a microphone boosting the sound and helping the transparency mode. With the AirPods, things sound so natural, it's pretty tough to tell. With them, things behave pretty well and naturally too. Now it might seem close between the AirPods and the Jabras when it comes to transparency, and even though it might sound a bit boosted and a little bit artificial, because of how good the Jabras are at transparency, you might want to give the edge to them over the AirPods. But then you actually use the 75Ts for a little bit, and you see you can't exactly do this. Because when you use them for a while with transparency, the sound will just cut out every now and then come back, and then it's do it on one earbud, then it just fixes itself like 1 second later, then it's do it again on the other one, then it fixes itself again, and it can just get annoying, you know? With the 75Ts, I can basically guarantee that this will happen multiple times per session that I use them, especially if I use them for a while. It's just a matter of time. With the AirPods, I don't ever have to worry about interrupted transparency and the sound cutting or anything. Everything just works smoothly, you know? So even though the Jabras are really good, they kind of screw themselves over by misbehaving. So I would still say the AirPods are better here. What microphones sound better to you though? The AirPods or the 75Ts? Or is it too close to call? Or do you even care? Because me, I personally don't, because I think they're both good enough for 2020. But you know what I do care about though? Noise canceling. Which is better when it comes to noise canceling? Well, the AirPods have active noise canceling, and when you turn it on, you'll be impressed with how much noise such a small device can cancel. They're very, very good for earbuds and can go head to head against some over-ear headphones too. When you switch to the Jabras though, you'll be surprised that they cancel even more noise than the AirPod Pros, and not just a tiny bit more too. I mean like a decent amount more. I'm talking over-ear headphone level. That is crazy. It's especially crazy because the Jabras don't even have active noise cancelling. They have passive noise cancelling, which I always assumed to be worse, but surprise, surprise, the Jabras are better here. You'll have to make sure they're really in your ears though, and that's not hard to do because the Jabras have a pretty good fit, which we'll talk about very soon, and the way they cancel noise feels a lot different from the way the AirPods do it too. With the AirPods and other headphones with active noise cancelling, you can feel the pressure in your ear that's a part of the noise cancelling technology itself. You probably know what I'm talking about if you've used one of these before. With the 75Ts though, there's no pressure and it all feels natural, kind of like you're plugging your own fingers into your ear real tight. I don't know exactly how it works, but it does such a great job, and they're actually better than the AirPods for the most part. Now, I say for the most part because there's one bad thing I've consistently experienced with them that takes away from all the praise and all the good things I've said about them when it comes to noise cancelling. When I wasn't listening to music and I just had things around me real quiet, I could almost always hear this constant static sound that was just annoying. I could manage it sometimes, but other times it was pretty distracting, like when I'm trying to read or whatever. And it just took the noise cancelling performance down a notch for me in a way I didn't expect. And that's a shame, because the noise cancelling otherwise is really, really great. Easily better than the AirPods. Now, as far as for fit, comfort, and seamlessness in general, I'll just keep this one short. The AirPods are the most seamless earbuds I've used. Probably the most seamless earbuds in the world right now. And the 75Ts, they're just about the second most seamless earbuds I've used, and I bet they're one of the best in the world right now as well. Honestly, that's a pretty impressive thing to say about them, because they have some unexpected problems that really make the experience of using them worse than they need to be, and I'll tell you about that shortly. But apart from that, the slight difference between both of them has to do with fit and comfort. Now, the AirPods fit great, and I have no problems with them falling out of my ears. But the 75Ts fit a bit better. And when I say better, I mean like more secure, more tight. I just feel more confident that they'll stay in my ears because they feel more in there, like deep. They also have like a tight fit, like I said before. But then again, you know what comes with that deeper and tighter fit? A bit more discomfort. After a while of using the 75Ts, they'll start to feel uncomfortable and your ears will start to hurt. At least mine did, a little bit. Mainly my left ear, and I didn't have too much problems with my right. And discomfort isn't so much, like I can keep it on and just continue using it. But most of the time, I'll just adjust it a bit so it feels just a bit looser, and I'll turn it slightly, and that'll be good enough for me. But I don't have to worry about doing all of that at all with the AirPods. I can use them for hours and hours and just forget they're there. Okay, now let me tell you how the 75Ts dropped the ball when it comes to the seamless experience. It all has to do with the Bluetooth connection. I've had a bunch of connection issues with the 75Ts. Sometimes they won't connect for whatever reason. I have to put it back in the case and then bring it back out. Sometimes they will connect, but just won't be playing my music. Like I'll press play, it'll say it's playing, but nothing will be playing with the volume on maximum, and then I have to put it back in the case and then bring it back out again. And the worst part of everything is the poor Bluetooth range. Like in my apartment, I could just leave this place right now, go to the bathroom, leave my phone here. I've been playing music on the 75Ts, and when I get to the bathroom with like a wall or two between my phone and the 75Ts, my music would just start cutting and stuttering, and sometimes it'll just disconnect altogether. They also don't let you use the left earbud by itself. Like if you take off the right earbud, like your music will stop. Not just your music, but the left earbud will go off completely. Not even transparency will work, right? And they'll only come back when you put them back in. But not actually just when you put them back in. Because the left earbud will stay off as long as the right earbud is far away from me. How far? Basically like an arm's length away. Because if I take it like to here, it just went off right now. And then if I bring it right back, it's on right now. Now it's off. And now it's on, and now it's off. And listen, I didn't like this, but honestly, it wasn't too much of a big deal. But I had to adapt and change to the earbuds instead of it going the other way around, you know? That's not very cool. Anyways, when it comes to battery life, the Jabras are slightly better. The AirPods Pros last about 4 to 5 hours with non-stop use and with noise cancellation on. The Jabras, on the other hand, last about 5 to 6 hours. So it'll give you about an hour more of use. So they're a little bit better. But they're not much different in the real world, and both give me very similar battery life. Both also have similar extra features. They both pause your music for you when you take them off and play it back when you put them back on. I find the AirPods are a good amount smarter about doing this than the 75Ts though, but the Jabras perform better than other earbuds I've tested. And also the AirPods only do this on Apple devices too. The 75Ts are also better than the AirPods because they have a feature the AirPods don't that I think is much more valuable. Being able to increase and reduce the volume with the earbuds themselves. The AirPods don't let you do this, and that's one of the worst things about them in my opinion. Now, both the AirPods and the 75Ts are water resistant though, and I've tested both of them myself. The Jabras do have a higher rating though, and they should be able to withstand more water and dust compared to the AirPods. The 75T's water resistant rating is actually pretty high for earbuds. In fact, Jabra is so confident in them that it'll give you a 2-year warranty for it. So I actually trust them more than the AirPods. But as far as my eyes can see, they both do a good job. Okay, now we've talked about just about everything. So which earbuds are better? Well, when it comes to sound quality, the AirPods are better. But when it comes to noise cancellation, surprisingly, the 75Ts are best in class. They're the best I've tested, better than the AirPods. But they do have that static noise thing going on, and that's not cool. But when it comes to transparency though, it's pretty close and the AirPods sound more natural. But the 75Ts give your surroundings a bit of a boosted effect. And I don't know, I kind of like that better. But then it does do that cutting in and out thing. They have slightly better battery life though. But then that'll just make the connection issues last longer. It seems like basically, if the Jabras didn't have all these little caveats and annoying issues, they might have won this comparison already. But they do have these issues. So I guess it all comes down to this. Are the improvements the Jabras have over the AirPods worth it, even with all the downsides as well? Well, I decided to use both of them independently one last time before I picked the winner, so I could see which actually provided the better experience in real life.
And I'm gonna have to go with the AirPod Pros.
The 75Ts are pretty impressive in many areas, and they're almost like the better AirPods, but with all the slight improvements they also have weird problems that you just wouldn't expect, and they also just shouldn't have. They have no reason to have these problems. At first, I thought I could live with them and just enjoy the improvements, but after day 7, day 8, of facing the same problems over and over and over again, it was clear to me that the experience with the AirPods is just a better one, and that's why they're the winners today. Now, do you agree with me? Do you disagree? How has your experience been with them if you have them? Or do you not have them yet? Do you have any questions for me? Let me know in the comment section below, and myself or my knowledgeable subscribers will help you out. All right? Thanks for watching.